Welcome to Moving to Austin, Texas Suburbs. I'm Leanna Borsellino.
And I'm Caitlyn Balderas, and we are both with Haven Homes Austin.
We are excited to have you today. We are going to be talking about all of the pros and cons of Cedar Park. So stick with us.
Welcome back. We are ready to jump in and tell you all the pros and the cons so that you can decide if Cedar Park is the place for you.
I wonder what these pros and cons are going to be.
I mean, lots of pros, kind of hard to find the cons.
Heavily weighted in the pros department, to be perfectly honest. Yeah. So we kind of struggled with finding the cons, but we're going to find them because we want to be honest with you.
We want to be honest with you. We want you to trust us.
But before we get started, do not forget to tap that bell and subscribe.
Yes, and we are ready to talk to you anytime, whether you are moving now or a year from now. It is never too soon to start asking questions.
That's right.
So please feel free to reach out to us. You can send us a text or an email or call us or get on a Zoom call. We really want to answer all your questions. I know that when I relocated here over 10 years ago, I had tons of questions and my realtor helped me so much. Thank you, Jason. So it was, I get it. I know that your brain starts going, especially us type A people, and we want to have it all answered. So we are super happy to answer your questions at any time.
Absolutely. All right, well, let's get started on these pros and cons.
All right, so let's start out with pro number one.
Number one.
Schools.
Yeah, this is easy to be the number one, to be honest.
I mean, A+ rated. And when you talk to the community and you talk to people that live and move to the area, that's the number one thing that they talk about. Yeah. It's the schools.
Yeah, always the schools.
It is a huge school district. Leander ISD covers Cedar Park and Leander. And there are 28 elementary schools, 10 middle schools, and 8 high schools. It is ranked number 13 in all of Texas.
That is amazing.
Pretty amazing. Yeah. I think a lot of the top ranked schools are in the DFW area, so this is definitely one of the higher ranked schools in our area.
I'm honestly not surprised though, because Cedar Park is pretty fantastic.
It is. There is a ton of diversity in our area too that filters into the schools, all of those things. I don't always go off of the ratings from great schools or stuff like that. I go more off of what the community says.
That's right.
And so I've not heard hardly any negative things about the Cedar Park schools, and that carries a lot more weight for me than the test scores.
Yeah, absolutely. As a matter of fact, I just had some clients sold their house in Cedar Park and they're moving out of state, unfortunately. But the one thing, I mean, there's many reasons or things they're going to miss about Texas, but one of the top things that they're going to miss is the schools. Like, they really wanted to stay here till their kids got older. They didn't want to leave the school system here, but they had to because of a job transfer. So what you going to do?
Yeah. So, I mean, if schools are important to you, if you still have children in school, and even if you don't, for the resale value, the schools are super important.
Yeah, that's true. Good point. Good point.
All right, so on to pro number 2 is the A+ rating for the entire area.
A+. Oh my gosh, how is it an A+?
Yeah, well, because of the diversity. Rated high on A+ for good for families, for health and wellness, and for, of course, like we already said, the schools. So we utilize niche.com a lot to rate the different cities, and so all of those ratings are from niche.com if you would like to have more information.
Verify.
But it really is a great area. I mean, I think when it's rare to get that A+ rating on niche.com, we've looked at a lot, and all of these factors go into it being a safe, healthy, and diverse place to live.
Agreed, 100%. All right, let's go on to number 3. Okay, number 3 is entertainment.
Yes, lots of entertainment options here. Like, you could kind of just be there and never leave Cedar Park.
Yeah.
Because you can go to concerts at the HEB Center, or at the Hotspot, or at the Crossover.
Let's talk a little bit about all of these. I was actually just at the HEB Center this past weekend. My daughter, who's a cheerleader, had a big cheer event, and they were qualifying to go to this massive The One event in Orlando, Florida. And we qualified. So
congratulations.
Thank you. I'm very excited about going to Florida in May.
Yeah. So I've seen lots of concerts at the HEB Center.
They got some teams. They have the Texas Stars, which is a minor league hockey team. And then we also have the minor league Spurs for basketball as well. So we got both of those teams that come out of out of the HEB Center. So if you like to go see those games, it's right there.
And they're really affordable too, compared to like a higher level game. And at the Crossover, they have concerts. The Crossover is a mix of a sports facility, restaurant and bar, and outdoor like concert venue.
Yeah, and they also do movies out like on the lawn.
Movies on the lawn, concerts. I have a 90s cover band that I really love seeing there.
Fun.
And then they play the Cowboys games during the season.
Yeah, that's fun.
And they have a playground on the lawn, so you can bring the kids.
Tons of soccer fields, volleyball fields. They do a lot of the Austin Sports Social Clubs there. So if you want to join like a social club to do, sports, you probably will end up being there a lot. Yeah, they got the bar, the restaurants.
Yeah, it's super
We've
fun.
done realtor events there.
Yeah.
So there's a church out of there, ice skating rink.
Yeah, ice skating, hockey. So they also have the Hot Spot, which is an outdoor venue for concerts. We love like
it's
music.
getting hot in here. So take a Don't do that. But it does get hot in Texas, so
So we have some indoor venues and some outdoor venues for the concerts. And if you didn't want to do that, we have a couple movie theaters in Cedar Park. One's built into the Lakeline Mall. One is freestanding in another shopping center. Yep. And then the Alamo Draft House, which is its own experience in and of itself.
I love the Alamo.
So tons of stuff to do here in Cedar Park. So you could actually just be here all the time. And then in addition to that, we have a new place called the Bell District that is coming in.
What is the Bell District?
The Bell District is going to be like a mini domain. So the domain is in North Austin. It's kind of what we call mini downtown. It has tons of shopping and restaurants, and then they have apartments above all of that. So that is what they're going to start making in Cedar Park.
That sounds so fun. I can't wait.
Just continuing to expand.
Cha-ching! Okay, next up on number 4 on our list is the proximity.
It's very close to Austin. It's only like 25 minutes to get downtown.
Toll road.
A lot of it just makes it faster. And so a lot of people don't really want to live in the city of Austin, but they work in Austin, and so that's a very close distance to.
Yeah, you got 45 and 183A, and they kind of just connect and takes you where you need to go.
Very convenient. We also have the Metro Rail.
I love this. Okay, so I grew up in the Austin area, and something that I will tell you is during our music festivals, our 2 major ones are South by Southwest and also Austin City Limits, or ACL Fest. During that time, you probably don't want to park downtown.
It's awful. It's really
super awful. So the way I would do it, and I think it's still how people do it, is you drive your butt all the way out to Cedar Park Leander area, and you go to the Metro there, park your car. It's massive, huge. You're one of the first people on the Metro, and you can ride yourself all the way into the city. And then you can spend all day there, and then you hop back on and ride back, and boom, you got your car, and you're good to go.
In general, the suburbs don't have mass transit, but Cedar Park does.
It's so great.
So pretty rare. We don't have that in Round Rock or Georgetown, so it is very convenient.
Yeah, and this location in Cedar Park is the last stop, so like I said, it's not going to be crowded when you get on. So you're just it's easy, smooth getting on, and smooth getting off.
Yeah. And Cedar Park is very close to a lot of the suburbs around, so it's very close to Round Rock, Georgetown, and then of course Austin and Leander. So it's a nice location.
Yeah, very nice. Number 5. Let's go to number 5. Number 5 is shopping.
Costco. I feel like your city's made it if it has a Costco.
That's right.
So they're kind of spread out throughout the area. There's one east in Pflugerville, and then there's one north in Georgetown, and then there's one west in Cedar Park.
We love our HEBs.
And the HEBs, 3. We have 3 HEBs. So lots of choices for shopping, and we have a Target. We have an H Mart, which is a Korean grocery store with an amazing food court.
Did we mention it's diverse here?
Very diverse here. So, and then we have a lot of smaller specialty stores. So really you have everything you need right in Cedar Park. You don't have to go into Austin to do your shopping.
Sounds pretty awesome. Yeah. Guess I'm never going to leave.
Yeah. So number 6 would be the parks.
Oh yeah.
So there are 46 city maintained parks, not including the ones that are built into the subdivisions.
Right. And there's 37 trails. So if you like hiking, biking, walking your dog,
kayaking, we have some that have lakes attached, like the Brushy Creek Lake Park. You can go kayak.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's a really nice way to spend time outside when the weather is cooperating.
Yeah, the green belt kind of goes out there too. So, and when you hear the word the green belt, that in my mind is just a fancy way of saying really nice hiking trails.
Yeah.
So
we have all kinds of wonderful things in Cedar Park, and that is the summary of the top 6 of those things. So do you want to hear the cons?
Ooh.
We had to kind of search for them because there's honestly so many good things about Cedar Park.
But I can say a few. I grew up here and I have some negative things to say about Cedar Park. I don't live in Cedar Park, so it can't be that amazing, right? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
So let's move on to the cons.
Yeah, okay, we're going on to those cons of Cedar Park. Con number 1 is the price of the homes. It is more expensive to live in Cedar Park than other subdivisions north of Austin. So Cedar Park is pricey.
Yep, the average home price there is $469, which might sound like nothing if you're coming from a super expensive area, but for our area, it's a little bit on the more expensive side.
Yeah.
And that comes from a lot of factors: the proximity to Austin, the amazing schools, all the things that we listed as a pro makes it more expensive.
You're also closer to the hill country, so you don't have to drive as far if you want to feel like you're getting out of the city and go see some beautiful views. You're a lot closer to the lakes too, and some people really like that lake life.
Yep. So if you want to live in Cedar Park, it's just going to cost you a little bit more than living in one of the surrounding suburbs.
Yeah. Okay. Con number 2. And this is a con that I feel strongly about, but it's because I like this. There's no downtown area. They don't have a downtown.
So Georgetown has the most amazing downtown on the square.
In
Round
Texas,
Rock,
by the way.
Yeah, in all of Texas. Round Rock has a very cute downtown that they've done a good job revitalizing.
So
Even Hutto has a small downtown area that's getting revitalized.
And Taylor.
Taylor's
got a cute
but
downtown
Cedar Park
too.
doesn't.
What is going on with Cedar Park?
So, but
train's been going through there since forever, and there's no downtown.
Yeah, but they are making the Bell District.
That's true.
Which is not going to have the charm and the character of the old buildings that we have in the other downtown districts, but at least it's something.
Yeah, it's a big something. That's for sure.
Something. Yeah, it's.
I am excited about that. So I think that'll make me stop complaining about the fact that there's no downtown, because I actually do say it quite often, like, oh, you want to go to Cedar Park? I'm like, well, we got nice restaurants, but there's no downtown. And I like going to downtowns. I don't know what it is about the small town feel.
Yeah. As somebody who's not from Texas, that was so charming to me when I came here, and the first time I went to Georgetown, I just fell in love with it. It was so cute, and it is storybook or movie, when they show the downtown is exactly what downtown Georgetown looks like, but Cedar Park doesn't have that. So if that's important to you, you're gonna have to drive to find that.
Yeah, not too far, but you are gonna have to drive.
All right, number 3. We hear this one a lot. There's high toll bills if you're gonna live in Cedar Park. There is no direct route to Cedar Park without being on the toll. It's
money.
I've put it in maps before when I'm like, I don't really feel like taking the toll today. It's double the amount of time to get there without the toll. So then I just do it. Yeah. It's not that it's super expensive, but you can pay a couple $100 a month.
Oh Lord, yeah. I think it's super expensive. I feel like every day I get on the toll to go to Cedar Park, I'm instantly getting charged.
Yeah. So they have the 45 toll, which runs east to west, and then they have the 183 toll, which goes kind of north to south a little bit, like northwest to southeast. Mm-hmm. At least the top part of the 183 is a toll, so it's kind of hard to avoid them if you're going to live in that area.
Oh, a little bit of some insider info. Right when 183A just turns into 183, be very careful, because cops like to hang out there and they will pull you over.
Good to know.
Because that speed limit changes, and they just like to hang out there and wait. And trust me, I've seen many people get pulled over right there where the toll changes.
Yeah, well, you go from 75 or 80 down to 65 or 70, whatever you're supposed to.
But they pull you over once you get off that toll.
Yes. Yeah. So if you don't really feel like paying for tolls, and let me say this too, as someone from California, you could buy a pass for the whole year and take all the tolls you wanted. They don't do that here. You get charged every single time. So You just have to factor that into your budget if that's
Yeah,
going to be somewhere
they're
you love.
always improving the roads here, so they got to charge you as much as possible to use the roads.
Yeah, and the tolls are a public-private partnership, and so it's a business. So, you know, it's just something that you have to factor in if you're going to live in Cedar Park.
Sorry about you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that is definitely a con. So, sorry about you. Okay.
Number 4?
Number 4. Yeah. So this one is kind of unanimous across the state of Texas, but still worth mentioning because maybe you don't realize it, but the weather.
Yeah, it's harsh both ways. So it's hot for 3 to 4 months of the year. And I
So
say
hot.
hot, I mean like 90s, 100s, over 100. This last summer was like 42 days in a row over 100, which was brutal, even for like longtime Texans or lifetime Texans like Leanna. So
That's pretty hot.
it was hot, and she likes being hot. It was still hot. So and then it's cold sometimes. So last week it was like 18 degrees. It's for short periods of time though. It's not like Minnesota or somewhere like that where it's just below freezing for months on end. It's
we also
like
don't
3
have the
days.
infrastructure for it.
Yeah, we don't have the infrastructure for ice or snow. So the whole city basically shuts down.
It has to shut down. It's not
They
safe.
can
Don't come
cancel
out here
school.
thinking you can drive in our weather, in our bad
Yeah.
weather, because you can't. I don't care where you come from. It's difficult.
Well, we have these flyover bridges that take you from one highway to another highway, and they are super high. I have zero idea why, but if that ices and you aren't
Black
going
ice.
fast enough, you start backing down. Like your car starts going backwards. So they close those bridges.
Mhm.
So we just we're big babies. Like Texans are huge babies. They're
Yeah.
like tornado, cool. Wildfire, cool. Hurricane, cool. Ice, absolutely not. Like we are not doing this. So just know that when you come here, like it'll be cold for a few days, and then like the next day it was like 70. So it's extreme.
It is a little bit extreme, so that's not too fun. We do have a lot of hailstorms here as well. But yeah, Texans aren't really too concerned about hailstorms. I'm going to be honest, every time there's a hailstorm, I'm praying that it's hitting my house because I like new roofs.
Yeah,
So,
they are
like, God,
pretty-
let it hit my roof this time, please.
They're pretty lenient about approving the roof damage for hail here. So just make sure you can like at least move stuff in your garage to park in if you don't normally park in the garage.
Yeah. We also get tornadoes. Tornadoes are a little bit of a concern because our soil here is mostly made of limestone, so you can't really dig underneath the soil too deeply unless you have deep pockets.
Yeah.
So
like
most
almost no one
homes-
has basements. Like
Yeah.
we've only ever shown one home that had a basement. And
Yeah.
it was very tiny. So
And one other one had a storm shelter.
storm shelter.
But it was dug
rare.
into the side of the hill.
like you'd have to go outside to get to it. So
yeah.
I would definitely say it is something to consider.
If you're
But
afraid of tornadoes.
most of the time, I mean, everywhere has something, right? So this is just a part of it, but we all find our way through it, and we still love living here.
Yeah. I'm not going anywhere.
So. No, me neither.
So, no place like home. So that pretty much concludes our pros and cons video for Cedar Park. If you like what you heard and you want to know more, look at the info in the description below and give us a call, shoot us a text, write us an email, or let's get on a Zoom call. We'd love to show you around. And, maybe Cedar Park is the place for you.
Let us know. You can put it in the comments. You can reach out to us. We'd love to answer any of the questions that we did not answer in this video by reaching out to you directly. And I don't know. What do you think?
Well, yeah, exactly. What do you think? Also, if you have not done so yet, tap that bell and subscribe.
Yes. So reach out to us. Let's get you over here to Texas.
Ciao for now.